Welcome to another edition of Seen Beyond and Through with Monty. Right here in front of you is Baton Rouge, Louisiana singer BOOSIE. Mr. BOOSIE is in a lot of trouble and has gotten a lot of flack, as he should, because he has revealed that he paid a grown woman or grown women to perform oral sex on his 12-year-old son and 13-year-old nephew. Let's go right to the horse's mouth.
And to get my son no motherfucking shit out here. I'm training them boys right. Ask in there my nephew. Ask in them. Ask my son. Yeah. They were 12, 13. They got it. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. Hell yeah, I got my son dick sucked. He's right.
Now, the question would be, why would someone go online who has 8 million plus followers on Instagram, millions of followers on his social media accounts across the board, go online and confess this atrocity? You can't be too broad if you're doing that. It was not a smart thing to do from many standpoints. A moralistic point of view, a legal point of view. I mean, you could really find yourself in hot water to the point where you can be investigated. And in this instance right here, I think he should. The problem with this is that this whole toxic masculinity thing and thinking that this is what makes your son or your boy a man. Nothing could be farther from the truth. The fact of the matter is that is nothing but a form of molestation. You can molest your children without even touching them. Hiring a prostitute to perform sex acts on them, on a minor, that is not cool at all. If these children are 12 and 13 years old, and you want them to pass to the right of manhood, why not teach them something like how to hike, rowing, bowling, camping, shooting, taking care of animals, being kind to animals, how to change a car tire, how to ride a motorcycle. There are a host of other things that you can do. I find it very odd, very creepy that a grown man would want to get involved into his child's and his nephew's sexuality. But he has a history of doing this. He has a history of getting involved into the sexuality of children. Listen to this right here.
I gotta say something about this shit, bro. Dwayne Wade, you going too fucking far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have shit figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything at 16, and fall in love with her. But his dick be gone. How you gon' like, bro? You going too far, dog. Don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, don't address him as a woman, dog. He's 12 years old. He's not up there yet. He hasn't made his final decisions yet. Don't cut his fucking dick off, Dwayne Wade, bro. You fucking tripping, dog. You tripping, dog.
Really? Boosie, the one who's tripping is you. You talk about Dwayne Wade's child not making his final decision. Was that decision for your son to be orally copulated, was that his decision? Or was that your decision? Or did you sit and stand by too and watch this event? Believe me, everything that was applied to Dwayne Wade's child could be applied to yours. You're going to pass a moral judgment upon how they are raising their child. And yet, you don't see anything wrong with how you are raising your child. It just shows you, and I think we all know this, money and fame is no indicator if someone is going to be a good parent. Here's the boy in question. This is his son right there. Now you paid a prostitute to orally copulate your 12-year-old son. And here's a problem with this whole thing too, another problem that we're not looking at. There's spiritual ramifications. When we choose to have sex or be intimate with people, we take on energies. We take on spirits. We absorb spirits. Who knows what type of spirits these women, these prostitutes that you hired to do that deed to your son and your nephew? Were they full of hate? Did they have rage? Did they have any type of addictions? Smoking addictions? Drug addictions? Drugs, alcohol? Are they vengeful? They can have all types of toxic behaviors and bad energies that you chose to involve your son with. Not good at all. And if I can, let's go to this right here. Here he goes talking with this right here.
Hey, look, I'm finna go live in 15 minutes, and we looking for girls who want to be invited to my pool party. So, when the world open back up, we're gonna be throwing a pool party once everybody get comfortable. So, we already got some beautiful women already coming, but I'm finna go on live, and I need beautiful women with, beautiful faces. To get on my live and say add me, so I can check you out. If you're not with being topless, don't say add me, because it's a topless pool party. All my pool parties are topless. So don't say add me if you don't want to be topless. But I'm looking for.
Okay. As you've seen there, this individual seems to have an obsession or over preoccupation with sex. Now, I'm not going to claim or say it's sexual addiction. That's not my place. I'm not a psychologist. I will say an over preoccupation with sex.
Put your pussy lips on live, I'll give you $1,000. Put your pussy lips on live, I'll give you $1,000. Fuck try to boat, try to yacht. 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 That pussy fat. Try to boat, try to yacht. Like how you feel, feeling your watch, got you a bag, she ready to rock. Let's get drunk, dude. Fuck that. Bitch, it's your birthday, gonna shake your ass, girl, quick to your birthday. Hands in the ass, let's show.
Now, as you've seen, there seems to be an over preoccupation with sex. If you're an adult, you're directing that or involving that with another adult, that's fine. But it's not fine. And the problem arises is that when you choose to get your overrunning imagination with sex to involve minors, that's where the problem comes in right there. It seems like to me that he has a need to broadcast his sexual feelings, desires online. And let me say this. Any young lady who would attend a pool party topless, be prepared for drugs to be involved. Be prepared for alcohol to be involved. Be prepared to be passed around. Because the prize is that you get to hang out with this celebrity. You get to go to, I guess, a little mansion where the guys are going to be. You get the free drugs. You get the free drinks. And then you have to pay up. And what you are going to pay up with is your body. So any female with decent morals, I would say, stay away from that. Stay away from that. Something that you don't need to be involved in. Have some integrity. Do not allow yourself to be passed around or used at a party like this. Clout chasing in the wrong way, believe me. Not worth it. Shame the little boy had to be subjugated to something like this from a twisted mind of an adult, and an adult who is his own father. And let me say this much. For those of you who may think that it's okay, it's not. I do not believe it's going to be that many people. This is his young daughter. Beautiful young girl. I wonder would BOOSIE think it's okay if their shoes were to be reversed when she turns 12 to hire a grown man to perform a sex act on her. I bet his opinion to that is completely different. If his opinion to that is different, which I'm sure it is, then why is it okay for your son? It shouldn't be. It should be looked at as just as bad, just as sick, and just as evil. Nothing honorable about that. This is not being a good parent at all. And I will say this much. He should be investigated. He should definitely be investigated. Now, should his children be taken away from him? Or should he be denied visitation rights? I wouldn't say that. To me, he has some type of a problem. Some type of a sexual problem. I'm not saying addiction. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I do not know. I will say a preoccupation, an over preoccupation with sex. That has taken a dark turn because it has involved minors. With that, he needs counseling. He needs therapy. I'm not for breaking up families. He definitely needs some type of therapy, whether he knows it or not. And I think it's good that people are posting about this and letting him know how sick his behavior is. And
And get my son no motherfucking shit out here. I'm training them boys right. Ask in there my nephew. Ask in them. Ask my son. Yeah. They were 12, 13. They got it. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. Hell yeah, I got my son so. He's right.
No. He's got it all wrong. That is not how it's supposed to be. What he's did to both those boys is nothing but a form of child molestation. That's all it is. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not call it something that it's not. It is child molestation. And for that, I'm sure he probably will be investigated. You know, some things, people, you need to learn to keep your mouth shut, and you should not take to the internet. Very shameful. Very shameful to even brag about that. It's not what your son's needed. It's some sick, perverted way. It's something that you needed. That you needed to know happen. That you probably needed to see. Those who believe in prayer, this man needs it. He needs it. And his children needs prayer also. Prayer of protection. Hopefully, the right authorities will get involved. This will be investigated. And ultimately, BOOSIE will get the help that he needs. That's another edition of Seen Beyond and Through. If you like this video, comment. If you like my channel, subscribe. And give me a thumbs up. Thank you, and I will see you next time on Seen Beyond and Through.